Robbie here from AFTV down here at the Emirates, where we're going to preview the game against Aston Villa. Now, of course, I'm still buzzing from the weekend. I thought it was a fantastic performance, you know, to beat Manchester City in the way that we did. Another absolutely disciplined performance, following up from the Liverpool performance that we had here, where again, you know, basically in the space of a few days, contained the two best teams in this country and pulled off shock wins. Now, the game against Villa is going to be a different type of game because obviously everyone's going to be expecting us to win that game, but it's two things. Number one, what type of team do we play? Because it's away from home. It's just a few days after that really draining final on a massive pitch against Manchester City. And also, do we really have anything to play for now in the league? I mean, getting into that sort of sixth place position is going to be really, really difficult, you know, to get the Europa League. Probably the easier way to get into the Europa League is to win the final of the FA Cup and then we'll be in it. So does he rest a lot of players, you know, or does he really, really go for this game? And remember, Villa will be going for it. If they don't win this game, Villa, and results go against them this week, they're down. So you're going to get an absolutely 100% committed Aston Villa, and they've been a bit unlucky in some of their games. I've watched their games since they've come back and they've really put it in, but defensively they still got a lot of problems there, and they are a team that can be exploited. But you can be sure of one thing, Grealish and those guys are going to be really, really going for it because I don't think a draw is good enough for them. They have to win this game. So that's going to be the interesting thing. What does Arteta do? Does he say to himself, no, I want to win the last two games, give myself a chance in case anybody does slip up in front of me that I could get into the Europa League through the league? Or does he just say to himself, you know what, nah, let me rest some of these guys. They had a really, really tough time. You know, that game was two games, Liverpool and City back to back, where every player had to do so much work off the ball. It takes a lot out of you. A lot of those players will be in the red zone. So what does he do for those games? And remember, the next two games that we've got have got a real significant sort of play on what happens with the relegation battle, because we've got Villa and then we've got finish off with Watford here at home next week, Sunday. So it's going to be interesting, going to be really, really interesting. You want to keep the momentum going, especially after those wins. You want to keep winning, leading up into that FA Cup final. And I think Arteta's professional in that way and he will want to win. But I've been thinking about what sort of team he's going to go for, and I've kind of come up with this team. This is my team that I think possibly he might go for, or possibly what I'd go with. In goal, Martinez, he's been brilliant. The debate right now is, if Leno's fit, does he get back in instead of Martinez? Leno must be there because it must be really tough when you're a goalkeeper. So on the one hand, he's there and he's cheering, he's going, yeah, well done, Emmy, brilliant. But then he's thinking to himself, hey, hold on a minute. Boy, I might not get back in there. This guy's playing so good. What a great problem to have, you know? We got two fantastic goalkeepers right now. Probably the best two keepers, 1 and 2 in the league. That's how much I rate both of them. So fantastic. So Martinez in goal. Going through the three at the back, I still think he might continue this three at the back. I think he'll stick with Tierney, unless there's any sort of injury worries to Tierney, but stick with Tierney. David Luiz I'd stick with, but I'd bring in Rob Holding for Mustafi. Obviously, we don't know if he's going to be fit. Took a really bad knock in the game, but I think Holding did well in the Liverpool game, more than capable. Give a rest. I mean, it could be that Kolasinac might even come in for Tierney, but I'd rather see Tierney in there because he's solid. The two wing-backs now. Right wing, I'll probably stick with Bellerin. He's been playing really, really well. I know, obviously, coming off the back of injuries and stuff like that, but keep his momentum going as well. You can always take him off early, bring on Cedric, but I just feel that, you know, keep the momentum going with this guy. He's been playing really well. Let's keep that momentum going. Then on the other wing now, I'll play Ainsley again. I mean, you could play the other wing back, Saka, I suppose. But I really like to see Ainsley get another run out. I was so impressed with his performance, the maturity of it, how skillful he was. The only thing he lacked in that game against City was his crossing. And maybe play him in there again and see what he can do. I think it'd be so unfair to drop him out after having such a good performance. But you could, of course, put Saka there as well. Midfield now, I give Saka there. Midfield, I give Xhaka a rest. He's been playing a lot of games. He's been excellent as well. He's a very reliable player, but I think give him a rest for this game. Bring in Torreira. Bring Torreira in from the start. Again, Torreira he's been coming on off the bench. I'd start him from the beginning, and then I'd still have in Dani Ceballos. Ceballos has been brilliant. His loan period is coming to an end. Whether he stays on permanently or not, we don't know, but get him in there. We're going to need somebody in that midfield who can have a bit of creativity. So I'd have Ceballos in there. And then my front three, right? Right-hand side, I'll bring back Reiss Nelson. I thought he played very, very well against Liverpool. Of course, he scored a goal, give Pepe a rest. On the left-hand side, Aubameyang. I was thinking Saka, but now I'm thinking Aubameyang, golden boot. He's still got a chance to win it with 2 games left. Why not give him a chance to win it? Put him in. He's going to be pumped up. He's going to be wanting to score. He's going to know that really that's what's for him personally to play for these last couple of games. Might even persuade him to stay if he gets the golden boot. So put Aubameyang, plus as well, he scored those 2 goals. He's hot. Put him in on the left-hand side. And down the middle, bring back Eddie. Eddie, call me, as Kelechi says. He should be back now after the suspension. Lacazette, the work rate he put in over the past couple of games, he deserves a rest. Let that guy put his feet up. We're going to need that for the final. So I'd rest Lacazette and I'd have Eddie through the middle. And then on the bench, you've got your Lacazettes, you've got Pepes, you've got all these Sakas, all these guys that if it ain't going quite right, you can bring them on as added firepower. Let's go for a win. Let's not take this game lightly. We've got to be professional. Personally, I don't want to see Villa go down. But listen, it's all about Arsenal. I'm not a Villa supporter. And I want us to have a lot of momentum going to that final. If we can win our last 2 games, we go into that final absolutely buzzing and full of confidence. Chelsea have got some tough games between now and that final. Obviously they're going for the top 4. So whilst they're doing that, let's us keep our momentum going as well. So that's my team to play in it. I'm really, really looking forward to the game. Not a lot to play for, mainly pride, but it's all now, I think, about momentum, and it's all about those players, every single one of them that plays, playing for their position. I'm sort of Arteta, being the sort of guy he is saying to them, get out there and show me that you should get into the final. And also you would have noticed that I've not mentioned Ozil and I've not mentioned Guendouzi in it. Listen, I think their time is done. Go with the guys that have been proving it week in, week out. And I think we'll get a win. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win against Aston Villa. I think it's going to be a tough game. They'll push us, but I do think we'll get those goals and we will get the win. Let us know what you think in the comments below, but looking forward to it. Not here, it's at Villa Park. Arsenal versus Aston Villa.
So it's the finale. You understand?
Go for it! Oh, with the post!
Yeah, that's him, blood.
Who's ringing me, blood? All my days, X is ringing me, blood.
What's the keeper doing? No! Oh, we were just conceded that.
Back again! I'm back again!
Get in! That's one challenge done.
It's him. He's f***ing up everything, You, blood.
Back again. Back a blood clot. Get all my days, fam.
Every time I get the 10th pass, I find you f*** it up, blood.
This might be a red. Yes! Third booking. Whew!
Big up everyone that's tuned in to the series. We'll be back again.
Robbie here from AFTV. We just got to say a big thank you to everybody who follows us across our various channels. Over 1 million followers on YouTube. Don't forget, you can now also catch us on Reddit. We're on Reddit, so get involved with us on Reddit and also on TikTok. Keep it AFTV, baby, right here.